You ever have one of those weeks where you think you've seen everything life can throw at you? And then your HOA's resident, Karen, decides she's smarter than the entire county government. Yeah, that was my week right there. Picture this. It's Monday. I'm standing at the mailbox, still half asleep, and I pull out a letter that makes my stomach drop so hard I could hear it. It's a property tax delinquency notice, not a little reminder, either one of those big red-lettered pay now or we come for your house type deals. Only problem is, I'd already paid my taxes. Twice. Now maybe that should have been the moment I lost it, but I figured, hey, county messes up sometimes, right? Happens to everybody. So I call their office, some nice lady, picks up polite as can be, and I ask her what's going on. She pulls up my record and goes, "Sir, according to our system, your last payment was voided." Voided. I say, "Ma'am, how do you void a check that already cleared?" There's this little pause. And then she starts whispering like she's about to leak government secrets or something. She says, "Sir, your portal was accessed through a local HOA account." And that's when my brain does a full stop. Let me back up a sec. My HOA. Bless their hearts, can barely manage who's supposed to water the roses. No way should they be touching my tax info. Unless, of course, somebody was out here forging something. So I step outside, coffee in hand. Mug says, "Don't test me before caffeine." And who's standing at my mailbox, arms folded, sunglasses on, mouth pulled so tight it looked painful, Karen. I kid you not, her smile was tighter than a brand new jar lid. She goes, "Oh, I see you got the notice. Maybe next time you'll follow community payment guidelines." I just stared at her. Community payment guidelines? Our HOA can't even keep the pool filter clean, now they're collecting county taxes. I laughed it off, but inside, my something's off alarm is going off like a 5-alarm fire. I head back inside, log into the county portal, and sure enough, every single record's been changed. My payment date, gone. Receipt deleted. The modification log. One single name pops up, Karen HOA admin. That's when it hit me. This woman didn't just peek, she hacked the whole county system. Why? To make me look like I wasn't a responsible homeowner. Ma'am, this isn't some episode of Desperate Housewives. This is actual, honest-to-God fraud. Now, I could have gone nuclear, but I decided to play it smart. Called up the county office, asked for their IT guy. Mark gets on the line, sounded like the type who drinks his coffee with a side of adrenaline. I tell him the whole story. He goes, "Give me a sec, let me pull the logs." 5 minutes later, he comes back. Low. Voice says, "Sir, you might want to sit down." He tells me the login that edited my tax record came straight from the HOA Clubhouse computer. Username Karen HOA admin. She didn't even try to hide it. So I do what any halfway sane person would do, grab my phone, hit record, and walk down to the clubhouse. Karen's in there with her little clipboard, probably writing up some poor soul for a bent mailbox. I say, "Hey, Karen, got a minute? County says you've been real busy lately." She gives me that fake smile and flips her hair, says, "Oh, I just make sure everyone follows the rules. Some people need reminders." I say, "You mean forging tax bills?" She turns paler than a snowstorm. Stammers, I don't know what you're talking about." I hold up my phone, show her the video, her username, timestamp everything. She looks like she's seen a ghost or a lawsuit. And right then, perfect timing. Who walks in but Mark, the IT guy, in person holding a file. He goes, "Ma'am, your credentials were used to alter county tax records. That's a felony." Karen tries to throw some volunteer under the bus, but Mark says, "Ma'am, the computer also scanned your ID from last week's HOA budget report." Boom. Checkmate. By sundown, sheriff's deputies are standing on her lawn. Karen shrieking, waving a Chardonnay like she's starring in Real Housewives of Maple Ridge. "This is a misunderstanding," she yells. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on my porch with a glass of iced tea watching the neighborhood soap opera in high definition. Turns out Karen's been forging other folks' payment records too, making people look delinquent so she could slap them with HOA fines and juice the budget. She literally risked prison for a handful of $20 fines. County presses charges, and the HOA scrambles to send out an official apology letter. My favorite line: "We regret the actions of our former treasurer, Karen." Former sweetest word I've heard all year. I even got a new HOA rule passed: nobody touches homeowners' financial info without county oversight, period. Because if this taught me anything, it's never give a petty neighbor a login and a grudge. Now you'd think that'd be the end, right? That Karen would lay low, take up something safe like yoga or pottery. Oh no. Karen doesn't retreat, she reinvents her chaos. 2 weeks later, there's a letter taped, yes, taped to my front door, written in Comic Sans no less. Instant red flag. It reads, "Due to ongoing investigations, I, Karen, have decided to step down as HOA treasurer, but I will still serve as community liaison for morality and aesthetics. Lady, you're not the Pope of the cul-de-sac." Next thing I know, she's patrolling the neighborhood with a clipboard, snapping pictures of lawns and mailboxes like she's with the FBI's Department of Overgrown Grass. Every time she sees me, she glares like I stole her identity, which honestly is what she did to half the block. Here's where it gets truly wild. Karen decides to sue the county for emotional distress and reputational damage. The very county whose documents she forged. I swear you can't make this up. Court date rolls around and I go mostly for the entertainment value. Karen waltzes in wearing a hot pink blazer and sunglasses like she's auditioning for Legally Blonde HOA edition. Judge comes out and I nearly choke when I recognize him as the one whose signature she forged on a fake fine last year. He sighs, glances at her file and says, "Miss Karen, you're suing the county for emotional distress." She nods like a bobblehead on a bad spring. He asks, "By hacking government systems?" She stammers, I didn't hack anything. I was auditing." The whole courtroom cracks up. Even the bailiff has to turn away. Mark, the IT guy, takes the stand. He's got login records, IP addresses, a literal screenshot of her desktop showing the county portal open next to Solitaire. He reads her password aloud: "I love rules 23. The room goes dead silent, then explodes with laughter. Karen tries one last Hail Mary, claims someone stole her password. Judge says, "Do you share your computer?" Karen says, "Of course not. It's password protected." Judge lifts an eyebrow. With "I love rules 23, even her own lawyer looked like he wanted to melt into the floor. Case dismissed in 10 minutes flat. But Karen, ever the performer, marches out and gives an interview to the local news. This is a smear campaign by homeowners who don't appreciate order. Meanwhile, the reporter, bless her, asks, "Ma'am, are you aware you've been banned from all HOA positions?" Karen's jaw drops like someone unplugged her brain. Back in the neighborhood, we have ourselves a celebration. Grilled burgers, lemonade, banner on the fence. In loving memory of HOA sanity, 2016 to 2025. Karen drives by, windows up, glaring like a cartoon villain in exile. Someone shouts, "Hey, Karen want to audit the grill too." She peels off so fast even the squirrels dove for cover. But just when we thought peace had finally returned, weird letters start showing up. No signature, just neighborhood oversight committee. Same Comic Sans, same threats about fines and paint colors. 3 of my neighbors actually started painting their houses because they thought it was real. Turns out Karen's gone rogue, running a shadow HOA out of her garage. She even made a Facebook group, Real Citizens, for real order. Profile pics, a golden retriever in a necktie. Comments locked, obviously. I let her dig her own hole. But when she sent out another official notice this time, with a fake county seal and a $500 per day beige paint demand, I called Mark. He laughs. "Bro, she used the same wrong font as last time. And the seal's from Google Images. County warned her before, try impersonating officials again, it's a felony." Mark forwards the letter to the sheriff's office. Within days, flashing lights on Karen Street, half the neighborhood watching through the blinds like it's a fireworks show. Sheriff's deputy knocks warrant in hand. Karen answers in a robe and curlers, shrieking, "I'm a government ally." Deputy says, "You're not a government anything, ma'am." They find stacks of fake HOA letters, a spreadsheet called Residents to Discipline, and evidence she's been collecting Venmo fines under the name Community Fund HQ. Over $2,000 from confused neighbors. As the cops load her boxes, Karen wails, "You can't do this. I am the HOA." Deputy cracks. "Not anymore, ma'am. You've been impeached by reality." By morning, someone had updated the entrance sign, "Welcome to Maple Ridge Estates," now Karen free since Thursday. She got hit with probation, community service, and a lifetime ban from HOA activities. She can't even attend a bake sale if association is on the flyer. Funniest twist. During her community service, she had to report to Mark, the county IT guy. He said she strolled in wearing sunglasses and announced, "Just so you know, this is beneath me." He goes, "Yeah, ma'am, that's kind of the point." So what did I learn? Simple. Before you buy in a neighborhood, don't just check the house. Check for Karens per square mile. Some folks aren't just nosy, they're power hungry with a keyboard and too much time on their hands. These days, things are peaceful. We barbecue, swap stories, nobody's taping fake fines to doors. But every now and then, someone finds a new neighborhood committee Facebook page pop up with names like Citizens Against Lawn Disorder. We just shake our heads and laugh. Because one thing's for sure, you can take Karen out of the HOA, but you can't take the HOA out of Karen. If you got a kick out of this story, hit that subscribe button. It means the world and helps me bring you even more wild HOA tales. Tap the bell so you never miss when justice gets a little sweeter. And let me know in the comments, what would you do if Karen was your neighbor? Do you think these HOA rules go too far, or are they necessary? Share your wildest neighbor story below. Can't wait to read them. See you in the next one where karma always gets the last word.